Yeah, what it unit victory talk. Listen, I'm from a different location today. Sorry for being late. I had my mobile set up and it's a little different. We have technical difficulties, but that don't stop us. Nothing stops us because we're here for victory. Let's get into it. Yeah. You know what it is, man. Listen, I had to get out of town for a minute on a secret mission here in Chicago. So excuse the different setup. This is from the hotel. And the lighting ain't the same, the whole system ain't the same, sound ain't the same. Just let me know, man, y'all, if y'all can hear everything, if everything sounds good, if everything's sounding all right. Let me know what's up. Leave it in the comments and like the video. Even though I'm late, I still did it, right? You know what I'm saying? I went out and bought a microphone, a little travel microphone. I'm working off the other laptop. You know what I'm saying? I got a different camera setup. I got the mobile setup. The first time we used the mobile setup. So please excuse me for my tardiness, but we really going hard. Man, we got a lot of stuff to get into today. Those of y'all know, man, I was kicking it with the big homie, Grant Cardone. I don't know if y'all seen the video yet. Did an interview with him talking about how to survive the recession, It's funny. One of my mentors, his name was Kevin Hodo. He died of the Rona earlier, maybe like 2 years ago, right? But he was like a big mentor to me, right? And he said, listen, the reason most businesses don't last over 10 years is because there's a recession every 10 years, right? He said it's so much easier to make money during the good times when shit is going right. But when shit is going bad, a lot of people don't know how to make money under those circumstances. And he said that's the main reason that most businesses fail after 10 years. Why most businesses don't last 10 years? Because they can't survive the recession. And it made a lot of sense, because during the recession, man, things get dark. I don't think y'all know, especially y'all young people, man. If you like 20 years old, you don't know shit about the recession. You was still shitting on yourself. Like literally. During the last recession, the last one in 08. But that shit hit us hard, man. I'm telling you, it was record unemployment. Like people with college degrees couldn't get jobs. There was people with master's degrees working at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Man, we got my man Major Audit threw $30 in. Yo, shout out to you, brother, man. What's good, King Keto? I just started doing digital marketing and Python coding on Udemy to obtain a high-value skill set. What's your advice on leveraging my skills once I'm finished with these courses? All right, yo, Nima, hold on to that. I'm gonna ask you to bring that back up later. That's what's up, I'm gonna get to you, brother, man. Thanks for that. Thanks for dropping them dollars. Thanks for your super chat. But yo, as I was saying, shit gets crazy. Like there was, what was I saying? Oh yeah, there was people with master's degrees who couldn't get jobs. They were working at Starbucks. Me, I got a degree, Howard University, School of Business. I couldn't get a job. I remember, man, I walked into TJI Fridays in Queens on Austin Street. Fridays. I'm wearing a suit. I got the resume out. Mind you, my resume, I done had sales internships for Abbott Laboratories, Fortune 500 company, right? Marketing internships for them as well. Like my, Howard University graduate. I had I had a nice resume for a young guy, and I had been a server before. Like I had been a server at restaurants before. better restaurants than Fridays in Queens. And I walked in and I gave my resume, and the dude looked at me like, yeah, we don't just hire our servers off the street. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, the unemployment was so bad that Fridays in Queens was being fucking picky about who they hire. They probably begging motherfuckers to do it, to work there during the good times. I don't know. It was weird because I would go in there sometimes and it looked like all the chicks had different color hair. They looked like somebody's baby mama. They looked like their baby daddies was gang members. And then the guys was wearing fitted caps. No bullshit. Wearing fitted caps while they serving us. It's Queens. It looked like Dipset. It looked like Joel Santana. Dude dressed like Joel Santana, but it's a Fridays uniform, right? But he's got all types of trinkets on him to make him look like he's a Dipset member. And he's serving me my honey barbecue ribs. The lighting just changed. Yeah, we just a mobile setup.
Brandon, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up?
Sorry to interrupt you. So there is some internet issue. Do you want to try switching to your the hotspot?
Oh shit, we have internet issues. They ain't hear nothing I said.
No, they hear everything. It's just your footage is a little bit blurry. But your audio is fine. So your audio is fine. But see if you can switch the Wi-Fi. Else you can just keep going. That's cool. Just saying.
All right. What about now? I thought I switched. Yo, we off the iPhone now. Instead of
so far it's good. If it drops, I'll let you know. But it's really better now.
It's way better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Nice.
I wish I had my purple light working, man, but that shit died. Yeah. I thought it was cool, but it's all good. All right, we back. Yeah, that looks way better. God damn. Yo, when you on this hotel, the hotel internet, I had to pay like $20 a day for that shit, for like the top speed one. Fucking iPhone. The internet off the iPhone is better. Anyway. All right. So what I was saying, was they hearing what I was saying at all? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Audio is perfect.
Hey, shout out to Nima. This is the first time y'all saw him ever. He runs the show. You know what I'm saying? He runs the show.
Okay.
I knew, but that one ain't gonna work. It's USB-C. I do. I got a bunch of them here. Shit. I don't know if you can take it out of this. I can't fool with that right now. All right. What the fuck was I talking about? I was talking about the recession, right? What was I saying again? I forgot what I was talking about.
You were telling the story. You were telling the story of you trying to get a job.
So like I was saying all that to say, I didn't want to drag on the whole TGI Friday shit, is that it just gets really, really bad out here, right? Like nobody's hiring. Goddamn Fridays in Queens is picky about who they hire. And like suicide rates go up when this happens, right? Like when it gets bad like this, it's really, I don't think y'all understand how bad it is, right? And that's why most businesses fail. You know what I'm saying? That's why most businesses fail. Well, that's why most businesses don't last over 10 years, because there's a recession on average every 10 years, right? That's the problem. So when I was kicking it with Grant, man, I was just soaking up game, trying to talk to him about some of the things that, has helped him during these recessions. Because he's been through 4 while in business. You get what I'm saying? And, he dropped a lot of game. If y'all haven't, man, make sure y'all watching the interview. But also he's doing a free challenge. It's called the Unbreakable Challenge. It's free. And he's going to be talking about how to navigate, those circumstances when you're in a recession. I think, Lima, did you put the link up in there?
Yeah, the link is the first link in the description.
All right, guys. That's what's up, man. Well, what did they think of the interview with Grant, man? He's only the second billionaire I ever met. What y'all
You're
think of
talking to me?
No, I'm talking to them.
You got it. Yeah. I'm gonna
So
push the
good.
comment. Yeah, I'm gonna push the comment.
Yeah, let me know what y'all thought of the interview, man. We saw a super chat, right? We had one, and there was another one that came through.
Yeah, we got super chats. Do you want me to push them? We got like 3-4
Yeah,
super
you can push
chats.
them. It's cool.
Okay, comment.
Hey,
Let's
thank
start with
you.
this one. Okay.
I had it
Okay.
aimed at me, but what's it?
Oh,
Oh man,
all right.
yo,
Mav has dropped
okay.
$14.99. Yo, big homie, I'm 26, but I feel like I'm 5 years behind. Struggled academically, and I'm only starting university right now. Studying business, strategy for studying and work, already using Google Calendar.
Man, that's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of questions there. Only starting university now, studying business. Okay. Strategy for studying work, already using Google Calendar. Yo. Yeah, that light is complex. That light is complex, baby. I don't want you to stress yourself out over that shit. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Strategy for studying in business. All right, hold on to that because I want to get to that. Hold on to that for a minute. Or maybe I can just tell him what he can do. Right. So if you're trying to be focused academically, right? You're in school, right? You're trying to make money while you're in college, right? It's good that you have a job. And you really just have to do the time exercise, man. Like how much time you got left, right? So if we were to, this might be a good time to try to explain, try to do the screen share shit. Let me see if I can present. Let me see. Okay. Hold up. See how this works. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold up. Guys, I'm just learning this shit, man. Give me a second. I'm in the mobile stream now. I want to break this down for you, guys. I'm not on my A game today, but we still bringing it to you. We still bringing it to you live. All right. Well, this is odd. Okay, I think I can do it. Yo, I'm having a hard time with the screen share shit because the app I want to use is just acting crazy. Guys, I just want to apologize. There's nothing I can do, man. Listen, I don't have Nima with me. I'm lost. All right, we're going to try it. We're going to try it one more time. We'll try one more time, bro.
Okay, I got it.
You see it? You see me out here?
Yeah. You want me to share it?
Oh, okay. Oh, they didn't see it yet. All right, cool. Yeah. Does it look better with the now?
It looks more like a little bit purple. I think before was better.
Oh, he thinks before was better. We can turn it after you did all that. Thank you, though.
Sorry.
All right. So this is what you got to do.
Do you want me
to
push?
Do
you want me to push the screen?
So put me on screen.
Okay, let me hold myself off.
All right. So you got to say, all right, how many hours a week do you sleep? Right. And you guys can all do this. How many hours a week do you sleep? Excuse my handwriting. I'm writing with a mouse. All right. How many hours a week? So when I say a week, it's like if you sleep 8 hours a night, that means it's 52 hours a week. I mean 56, I'm sorry, 56 hours a week. You sleep 8 hours a night, right? So how many hours of sleep do you get per week? Right? Then you got, obviously you got to work out if you're watching this. All right, how many hours a week do you work out? Excuse the handwriting. Boom. All right. How many hours a week do you actually study? So include class with it too. Oh shit. All right. I'm having a hard time. I'm not, this is the last time I do a live stream without Nima. I tell you what. All right.
Brandon, you wanna try using the text tool? It has a text tool instead of using the mouse.
Yo, man, we almost done. We already here, man. I'm not trying to switch shit right now. All right, you know what I'm saying? And then work. All right, how many hours a week do you work on average? Boom. And you add all of that up, right? So again, how many hours a week do you sleep? How many hours a week do you work out? How many hours a week do you study? How many hours a week do you work? On average, boom. What's that number? You guys can kind of all do this, right? Maybe you guys should all do that. Like, let me know what that is. And especially my man who did the super chat. Oh, let me stop. How do I stop sharing my screen?
You got it.
Yeah. All right. So you guys should all like try to do that, and just see what how many hours you have left, right? And then go into Google Calendar and organize your life, because most of you guys are kind of living like haphazardly, like you just spending kind of wasting a lot of time, not really taking advantage of the time you have because you don't plan it, right? But you need to plan out everything. It may be strange to like plan out your life like that, but if you don't, you're gonna waste a lot of time. You're gonna be like yourself trying to figure out how do I make time? How do I make time? No, you just do it. You can just look at your calendar and figure out how much time you have available, how much time you don't. You know what I'm saying? And then you can actually decide. Then you can figure out exactly what you want to do, and your goals can be like reality, right? Instead of just saying you're going to do some shit, you're going to do a bunch of shit. Maybe you actually don't have time, right? But you need to actually have your time planned out to know that. Or maybe you do have time. Like, honestly, most of y'all probably got more time than you know what to do with, man. Like, how much time did y'all have left? Like, type in the comments. I want to see some of these numbers.
Okay.
I want to see what some of these numbers are, man. Tevin said, I work 200 hours a week. Bullshit. There's only 168 hours in every week.
All right. Comments are coming.
Hours. Yeah. 19 hours left. All right. Like, if somebody like Greg's already doing his thing. I know Greg well. But, if he can either chill with those hours or, just relax. Or if he wanted to, if he could spend those hours doing something. 50 hours a week, and he's in the military. Yo, thank you for your, excuse me. Thank you for your service, bro. Thank you for your service. All right, what else we got? 4 hours for the rest of the day. 4 hours for the rest of the day. What you mean, man? That don't make no sense. I asked you about the week, man. You're not giving me a math problem, are you? You giving me a math problem? You're supposed to do the math. What's the matter with you? All right. As a student, my man got 25 hours left. Hey, man, like, yo, that's a part-time job if you wanted it to be, right? Of course, you might have to shit, shower, shave, eat food, but like, you ain't spending 20 hours doing that. Like, those are the big things. You know what I'm saying? But if you wanted to, man, you could probably get you some more time if you wanted to, or like use that time to devote it to like building a craft, a skill, if you wanted to get good at something, like you don't even have to work during this extra time. You could just spend that time getting good at something, right? Building a skill. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste time, because time is what life is made of. Bruce Lee said that. Yo, Chris said he loved the interview. Oh man, they saying a great interview from Grant. The stream is lagging. Is it still lagging, Nima?
No, I think it's from before. I'm just pushing the feedback on the interview.
All right. My fault, man. My fault. Listen, bro. I thought it was all fucked up. Yeah, man. I'm a little off point today because I'm not in my normal shit, man. But we still bring it in. We still get it in for you. All right. What's the other one? Yo,
so,
my man.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah. You read it. Go ahead.
Okay. Mayor Adut, $30. What's good, King Keto? I've just started doing digital marketing and Python coding on Udemy and to obtain high value skills. Okay. What's your advice on leveraging my skills once I finished with the courses from Australia?
My man's from Australia. All right. He wanted to started doing digital market and Python coding, digital marketing and Python. Those are kind of two different skill sets, right? Like, honestly, he said he just started. I would pick one, right? I've been a digital marketer for over a decade, right? On digital marketing, online marketing, right? However, I don't know how to code, right? But I'm still winning. I'm still doing great. So I think this is a big problem with people. They don't concentrate. Like, you got to concentrate your effort. I would pick one of those and first of all, and really focus on that. Like, really focus on the one. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about some business stuff too that I think will help you. I have some stuff now that I can't draw because I'm away. I'm not really sure how this is going to work. However, I'm going to try to work it out for you. I'm going to try to figure it out because I do want to teach y'all what the topic is about, but I don't want to get into it before Romulus comes on. He's got the code, right?
Yeah, he got it.
All right. Yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Oh, maybe. Yo, my girl's saying I should just draw the shit on paper. That might work. I can see a world on the window, but will it be reverse? Hold on. Will it be in reverse? Type one if I should just use the window instead of sharing my screen. Hold up, man. Hold up. Let me see something. You can take dude's question off. Like, first he's got to just concentrate. I want to see if this money sign is backwards.
It's not.
You sure?
I mean, yeah, it's like an S.
All right, I might be able to make this work. Hold on. Nah, it's in reverse.
King Keto.
What?
No, it's the baller.
Oh, you said you see ready. But that's in reverse though, right?
No,
you read it as baller from regular. All right, that's what we're doing. My girl saved this day. We're gonna use the window because I got something real special I want to share. All right, that's exciting. That's exciting. All right. Hey, that looks better on the phone than I thought. It looks better than I thought it would. It's actually not bad. I'm happy again. Where's Romulus? Is he here?
Yeah, he's here.
Let's let him in.
Should we get to the market recap?
Yeah, let's start with the market recap. I didn't want to get into anything else because I was waiting on Romulus, but you know what? I have a different view, so I can't see it. It's all good. Let's bring Romulus. Let's get the market recap.
Yes, Centurions, attention on deck, Centurions. It's General Romulus. We have got it going on.
Yeah, man.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me, Brandon.
Yeah, thank you for showing up, man. I'm in a different location today because I had to come to Chicago to to do it for a secret mission.
I thought you had a little bit of a winter doldrum about you.
Yeah, you know
and that makes sense because you come here just in time. I live not far from Chicago. We've got the winter storm of the year hitting in about 24 hours.
Nice.
So just in time for you to remind yourself about why you were relocated to a beautiful tropical climate. And by the way, all the Victory Unit people out there listening, watching, the reason Brandon was able to pick himself up out of Brooklyn, out of New York, and no longer had to experience these winters. Why? Because he's got his shit together financially. That's why.
Come on, man.
Okay? And it didn't happen overnight. I understand that. He understands that more than anybody in the world. I mean, working a lot of jobs, putting it together, putting the money aside. But hey, he said, wait a minute. Let's get some education here. Let's learn a thing or two, and let's get cracking on this. Now, he's still really a baby compared to me. And he can say, you know what? I don't want these winters anymore. I'm out. I'm out of here,
man.
And he just does it.
Screwed it.
So wouldn't that be great if you could do that too? You can do that too. So I'm going to share my screen. It always takes me a second to get that going. I'm looking forward to it though. And again, I want to thank everybody for the opportunity to be here with you, especially you, Brandon. It's always good to catch up. Brandon and I have been working together, by the way. It's been 2.5 years that we've been working together now, or maybe even a little bit longer actually. And it's been a very successful and exciting time together. I did watch the interview, by the way, with Grant Cardone that you guys kicked off the other day. It was fantastic. And anybody out there that watched it, if they don't think the same thing, then they just suck because it was great.
Man, hey, I appreciate that, man.
It was great. I really been watching that guy for a long time.
Yeah, it's my guy.
Of course, you and I have been friends and business associates for a long time. I didn't realize that you had a good connection with him. And that really came across. And also both of you, how much you really care about the people that are listening and watching. And, that's one of the ways that ties you and I together. So I've got a chart right here of Microsoft up on my screen right now. And a couple of hours ago, the company had their earnings come out. And a lot of people all hopped and popped about the stock. And, it was up about 5% in the first half hour after the market closed when the earnings came out. And you know what? Their earnings, they beat the estimates. They beat the expectations. But they were just miserable compared to a year ago. Okay? Miserable. I mean, it was like a big hole in the earning bucket over there. This is what I'm trying to tell people. Pay attention, okay? Don't just look on the surface of what's going on. This is like a duck going across the lake. When you watch a duck cross the lake, it looks great. It looks smooth. It looks elegant. He's just sailing. But look under the water. And there's all this activity going on. He's
a lot of activity,
A lot of activity. That's what's going on in the markets every single day. It's like a game of, Brandon, you remember the streets of Brooklyn? Those guys play a little 3-card money. Oh, they're tricking. They're playing. They're taking your money. That's what this is like, okay? The markets are doing things. You don't want to be the guy on the other side of the table. You want to be the guy moving the cards, moving the cups, knowing where that ball is all the time. Okay? And that's what being a part of the Victory Unit does.
Oh, yeah. If you ain't joining the Victory Unit, you tripping.
Didn't fall for this Microsoft nonsense. As a matter of fact, one of our Centurions in the Victory Unit, Greg, we were talking last week about Microsoft. I said, you know what? Just wait till the earnings come out.
Yeah.
So about half hour after the market closed, the stock was at $254, $12 over where it is now. I sent him a note. As a matter of fact, I might be able to pull that note up for everybody. Here it is. By the way, this is our Discord. This is where you come. Can you see that Discord, Brandon?
Yeah, man, I see it.
Okay. So Brandon and his team opened this Discord for all Victory Unit participants, by the way. We have a separate section for people in the Legion that are trading and investing alongside with us, and that does include Brandon. All right, so right here, 4:12 p.m. This is today. Microsoft was trading at 454. And I said, okay, now you can short Microsoft.
All right.
And a couple of hours later, 254. It's at 242. Lost almost 5% in the last couple of hours. Right there. Okay. Right there. Nice, easy little idea. Stress-free. There you go. Okay. So that's
what
Microsoft.
we do over here, man. Yeah.
A string of earnings will be coming out over the next couple of weeks. Okay. Starting with Microsoft from the technology sector. But I was looking at a lot of the bank earnings from the prior week. And if the tone is set, and they typically set the tone because they're the first ones out there, the big banks come out with their earnings and the stocks went up before they came out But then look, they're just flat after. Okay. It's kind of flat. And we could see that happening. We're already seeing with Microsoft. Stock went up a lot. Now it's right back down. Okay. Now it's flat for a while. They'll be hopping and popping about Apple. That looks like sometime next week. They'll be carrying on about Meta, and they'll be screaming about Google. And if it's all said and done, and what have I been saying? After the fireworks are over, the market most likely between now and the end of March will settle back down a bit. I'm into these June lows. Again, I don't know about these October lows. It's still been a mystery. We haven't really changed our tune on that one. But there's a challenge of the June lows, and that's a couple percent either side. It could be higher, it could be lower. So that's a couple of months away.
Still. Okay, so we're still, even though we've had a few up days, you're still saying, yo, in a few months we're gonna challenge those lows.
Yeah, we're gonna challenge those lows over here more likely than not. And like I said, that could be a couple percent above, a couple percent below. That's been the message here for a while. In the meantime, again,
y'all know how to play that, right? Y'all might not know how to play that. Right?
Most people don't know how to play that. As a matter of fact, most traders and investors out there, they just get their heads handed to them on a regular basis. And that doesn't make any kind of sense, because if you look at the markets here, this is the S&P 500, just using the ETF, the SPY. You look at the S&P 500, and here it is. This is today's close, down just a little bit on the day. But look, I mean, the last couple of months, going back to really early November, it's been really nowhere. And excluding this dip, I mean, you don't have any net movement. And yet, throughout all this period of net movement, the Legion, the Centurions, the guys and girls that are trading next to Brandon and I, we keep racking up gains. We keep racking up wins. We keep adding to our accounts. We keep growing our money. Okay? We keep growing our money, because sometimes the markets are going to go sideways, as they have been lately. But sometimes, if you look back from January of last year, they just go down for several months in a row. I mean, look, that's a downtrend right there. And of course, after COVID, it was an uptrend. And since September, October, we've been in this sideways. Doesn't matter. I don't give a shit what the markets do. If they go up, if they go down, if they go sideways, we're going to continue to find ways to take money from this market and put it in our pockets. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's another little trade out there that has my intense interest. And so far, Brandon knows I've just been kind of toying with this one a little bit the last couple of days. We've been making money on it, but I'm just toying with it, preparing for perhaps a bigger move. Okay? I'm showing you right now a picture of the euro trading against the US dollar. And by the way, yes, this is an uptrend. Okay? That's an uptrend. But this is an uptrend that's starting to show fatigue. This is an uptrend that's starting to get tired and lose some of its momentum. For those playing at home, you know what? I'll show you. You know what? I will. I'll get to Tesla in just a minute here. We'll talk about that in a moment. All right. But look at this. So these indicators over here, as this, let's call it a stock. It's not exactly, but let's call it that. As this stock has been going higher, and again, this is a representative of the euro against the dollar. Right. This is going higher, means the euro is gaining strength against the dollar. It's going higher. The indicators, though, they peak out here about a little over a month ago in the middle of December. And the price keeps going higher. And the indicators just get just a little bit weaker and a little bit weaker and a little bit weaker. It's not a big deal right now. Like I said, I'm just
and volume's going down too, right?
Yeah, volume's going down a little bit too. That could also show that people are not interested in chasing it higher any longer.
Yeah.
And if they're not interested in chasing it higher any longer, volume is the gas in the tank. Gas in the tank. Cars can drive down a hill with no gas, right? Gravity does the work. They
cannot they need gas to go up, baby. You need gas.
You can't go up without gas.
That's a great analogy.
You're lying on the bench, you get under that bar, the bar falls of its own weight to your chest. There's only one way it gets back up on that rack, though. And you got to say, stop being a lazy one and push it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's volume, okay? That's volume. So
I never thought about it like that. That's a great analogy, Romulus.
And he's right. He spotted that the volume's falling. That means that there's a little less interest going on. We can combine these factors of slowing momentum, bearish negative divergences in the indicators, a little bit slower volume going on the bottom here, and we might be looking at a potential turn. And there's ways to play that. It's a little bit beyond the scope of today's conversation because it's a detailed thing. Get your phone out, by the way, and just don't even show them your account. Just show them your phone real quick. Okay. I want to show you guys everything real fast here. What happens is I send out a text. Brandon gets a text. He opens his Webull app, enters the trade. And that's it. It's done. Like, that's how long it takes. Done. And it's done. And that works fantastic because he's got other businesses. He's trying to work. He's got family that he's trying to deal with and help out in various ways. He's trying to help you guys out in various ways.
Yeah.
Okay. But he still wants the money. I mean, he knows someone's going to get it.
Lord knows I still want the money, Romulus.
Someone's going to get it.
Somebody can get it.
Why shouldn't it be you, me, and everyone in the victory unit?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we had a great question about Tesla. Let's take a look. The earnings are tomorrow, I believe, after the close. It might be in the morning, but I believe it's after the close. Okay. Tesla's kind of pulling a little bit of a hook over here. You see that? The volume has been good too. So I wouldn't really count it out. I wouldn't give it too much upside either, though. Okay. I mean, maybe another $20 a share on the upside here on Tesla, which is quite a run from the lows of $102 a couple of weeks ago. But I can tell you this, Tesla's all-time high from current price after the splits is about $413 a share. It'll probably never see that again.
Yeah, this stock has been a shit show all year.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. And I know a lot of the YouTube internet crowd, a lot of people watching this show and shows like this, great, are in a Tesla or have traded it or been involved in it because a couple of years ago they got, taken in with it. It's over. Okay, the glory days of Tesla are over. Musk is not going to be able to reclaim that like ever again. The stock will never go past $413 a share. And I mean, never. It'll never go past there again for the rest of your life. Okay. The rest of your life. I know you think I'm nuts. I mean, you don't, Brandon, but I know somebody out there thinks I'm nuts.
Romulus don't miss, man.
I've seen this stuff happen before. Okay. It happens. Sometimes things just get so overblown, so overdone where they will never answer. They'll never be able to satisfy the demands of what goes into a stock like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't short it either, right? Because it has so much.
No, not right now.
So many people are down.
It's just the same thing with Microsoft. Let the earnings come out. Hey, if it goes down after the earnings come out and you thought, well, I could have shorted it, big deal. You missed a trade. But you got to remember the other side of reward, there's a 4-letter word. It's called risk.
Yeah.
Okay. It's called, well, we're learning a lot of stuff tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, man.
We're having a good conversation over here.
Listen, Romulus, you saving my ass because the first half of this shit was a shit show, bro. Like
oh, come on.
I was late. I'm in Chicago and I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
I don't have out of here.
Out of your sort, out of your rhythm, out of your pattern.
Yeah, man, I'm out of my rhythm, out of my flow, man.
And by the way,
came in the state.
If you look at Brandon, I'm thinking he's sailing through this. He's the one who feels it because he puts a very high expectation on his work and on his results. The audience, we don't see it, we don't feel it, but that's how you should act every day. Act like that with your trading. Act like that with your workouts. Act like that at your job. Okay.
Yeah.
You demand more of yourself than anyone around you could ever expect. And you know what happens? Excellence.
Come on.
Happens. Excellence.
Come on, man.
And it just becomes a part of who you are. Okay. Just like this trading and investing. I wasn't born knowing how to do this stuff. It wasn't natural. It wasn't second nature. No one taught me when I was growing up. I only learned it after I got out of college because I started working on Wall Street. It was just a random happenstance kind of thing. But I decided, hey, wait a minute. I'm on Wall Street. This is where all the money is. I'm going to make it happen. And I did.
Let's go.
Okay?
Well, listen.
And now I got freedom to go and to use a term that some of you might be familiar with, to ball.
Come on. Come on, man. We out here, man.
Having a great time. And so in the last couple of months, by the way, Brandon and I have teamed up. We're bringing people into the Trading Legion that are jumping in a victory unit, watching these shows. In the last just 2 months, we've had over 85 people from all corners of the world have joined us. Just in the last couple of months, 85 people. And they're making money, okay? They're making money on trades like that I just showed you, like that Microsoft trade, like that Euro trade, okay? They're making money. As a matter of fact, in the last 2 months, we've only had 2 small losing trades. That's it.
Come on, man.
2.
Come on, man.
2
That's
small
nothing
losing
compared
trades
to what we make. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fact.
So in the meantime, Brandon, glad to see that you're doing great.
Thank you, brother. Hey, man, it's been a pleasure working with you, man. It's just it's super rewarding. And I'm glad that, thank you for helping me make a whole bunch of money, man. But also the team we build and the what we're doing, man, it's just amazing, man. I just want to really thank you for that.
Absolutely. So we've got, again, I'm in Victory Unit in the Discord there.
Join the Discord. It's free.
I'm in there every day. Brandon's in there. My Centurion Greg is in there every day. You might get in there and say, Romulus, you know what? Could you talk more about this or that like you did last night? Go into it more. Yeah. I'm there. All you need to do is ask.
Come on, man.
That's it. Okay. All you need to do is ask. I'm happy to try to help you guys out. So, all right.
Appreciate
fantastic. As always, wonderful to see everybody. Appreciate the time. I've got to head back to ancient Rome. There's a bunch of stuff going on the forum, and not going to do it without me. So good night.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, yo, listen, that's my man Romulus. He's out here. Listen, join the Victory Unit, man. You know, we talk about trading, investing, but we talk about all things money, muscle, mindset, right? I got a free course in there about called High Value Alpha Baller. It's a funny name, but it's serious concepts, right? I think we have or we are about to put in something time management. I have an interview that I never posted on YouTube, and it was an interview with the author of Deep Work, like one of my favorite books ever, right? And it's going to be a Victory Unit exclusive. And me and my boy Chris, who's like one of the main coaches we have in the Victory Unit, we mapped out a bunch of stuff we're going to release free in the Victory Unit Discord. So make sure you join, man, so you can get all that stuff, man. We're going to be giving you a bunch of free stuff. All right. That's a habit that I've, been trying to build, man, giving away free information, y'all, free game, right? That's one of the habits that helped me become successful, man, just giving away free stuff to y'all, man. But there's a lot of different habits that winners have. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's get into that segment, Habits of a Winner. All right, guys. Recession's coming. Or we're in it right now, but it's really gonna get worse. It's gonna get significantly worse, right? And there's some things that you need to understand in order to make money and survive during this recession, right? Now, I want you to. Normally, I would draw something like this, but instead, I want you to visualize it. All right. So first, you have yourself, right? You have yourself. Boom. And then after that, there's like another layer of influence you have, right? Where you have your immediate family, maybe your sex partners, right? Your wife, kids, girlfriend, if depending on how close you are. We're talking about your inner circle, the people you're closest with, right? Then after that, you have the homies, right? Your friends, associates, right? Then if you have a business, after that, it's your employees, right? It's the next layer, your employees, right? And then the next layer from that is the your customers, right? And then after that, it's not really a layer. It's just everyone else in the world who may potentially be one of your customers, right? So you have all these layers, and the layers below, the layers closer to the center, closer you get to the center, the more it influences the whole business. You get what I'm saying? And for example, you have you, right? You can influence your immediate family, right? Now, here's the thing. Let's say you have some family problems, right? That layer 2, that might influence how you behave around your friends or whatever. Or maybe your friends out here backstabbing you, hating or whatever. That might influence you and like kind of alter your personality temporarily, and maybe you don't behave the way you're supposed to with your the next layer, your employees, right? Like let's say you're all pissed off, something happens, right? And now when you interact with your employees, you're not as nice or friendly. Well, we all know what happens when you have a shitty boss or a boss who's an asshole, right? You probably don't work as hard, right? You probably don't put in the same amount of vigor in your work. Then what happens? Oh, if that happens, then that affects what? Your customers, right? The experience that they have with your organization, right? It all starts though from the center, right? Like you're the nucleus of this whole ecosystem that you're building, which is your business. And the more rock solid you are, the more solid you are, the stronger you are, the more you can affect these other layers. You get what I'm saying? It's very important. You have to be, it starts with you. You want to be cause, not effect, right? So there may be outside conditions, other shit going on, right? But if you're strong enough, you can weather the storm and maybe even come out better, right? So the first thing we got to talk about is how to make yourself stronger. I come up with something that I call I'm calling it the baller equation. All right. The baller equation. This is where you get your pens and papers out, motherfucker. All right. E stands for energy, right? Next part of it is D stands for discipline. And the next part is focus. Your EDF, right? And that equals balling. That's the baller equation, right? Now, here's the thing about your EDF. It's not plus energy. It's not energy plus discipline plus focus. It's times, because each one of these is a force multiplier, right? They get stronger, right? So we have to talk about them one at a time. I hope you're taking your notes in, all right? First of all, we'll start with E, energy, all right? You really have to have high energy. You got to be enthusiastic, right? When I say energy, I mean, energy the way you think of it normally. Or how much energy he has, man. How is this motherfucker sleepy? Right? Or is he full of vigor, right? But I also mean like your mood. You know what I'm saying? I also mean it the way that people who collect crystals and shit, motherfuckers with a rock collection, right? Like talking about the stars. I mean that energy too, right? You got to be, it's best if you could be positive, but you got to at least not be negative, right? At least be neutral with a lot of vigor, right? You got to go, because you got to go after shit, man. Right? You can't be lazy. You got to go hard. This is one of the things that is one of the reasons why I became like a fan of the homie Grant, who I just did the interview with, Grant Cardone, when I was coming up, because he was never like, just get rich quick, or he was just, the 10X rule was like about oh.
You're good. You got disconnected for a second.
I got disconnected. Listen, you got to be resilient out here. I said I'm going to live stream every week. I ain't say it was going to be good. I said I'm going to do this every week, no matter what. All right. So anyway, the reason Grant was good. The reason Grant it impacted me because he was saying like, no, work 10 times as hard. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Right. He wasn't saying, oh, you'll just get rich easy. He was like, no, work 10 times hard. So you have to have more energy, actual energy output. How do you get that? Normally I would draw this shit, but we doing this shit on the fly, right? So you're just going to pay attention, take notes. All right. There's 3 things. 1, you got to get serious about your sleep. You got to get serious about your sleep. I look at sleep as an income generating activity. Let me explain. If you're not tired, right? If you're tired, first of all, if you're tired and you're trying to work, you might as well just be retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you won't be able to put in the same amount of vigor, right? 2 guys on a sales call. One is sleepy and shit. The other one is full of enthusiasm, man. What happens? Who's gonna get the sale, right? The guy who's got the juice, right? So you got to sleep like you mean it. Like, really, sleep is an income generating activity, as far as I'm concerned, right? So how do you get better sleep? 1, you need to track it, right? So I use the Aura Ring to track my sleep. I used to wear the Whoop band, but it didn't go with the amount of jewelry I was wearing. It was kind of cool. Normally I wear, you know, different kind of jewelry, Cartier bracelets and shit. And I didn't want to have to wear the Whoop all the time. Like today would have been cool because I'm wearing my Apple Watch, but I don't wear this all the time, right? So, but the Apple Watch works too now. Now the Apple Watch Ultra has good sleep tracking. The Whoop band is good. You need to track it, but it's not what you think it is, right? You need actual data, right? But not only do you need to know how long you sleep, you need to know how well you sleep, right? So you got to get you got to be able to see how much deep sleep you got. You got how much REM sleep, how much light sleep, your HRV, you know, your blood oxygen levels, all these things, they're critical. They're important metrics because you can get a lot of sleep, but then it not be quality, right? I don't always need 8 hours or 7 hours of sleep. Sometimes I just wake up early, but when I look at the ring, it's like, oh, I got a lot of good REM sleep and deep sleep. So my body got what it needed, right? If you improve the quality of your sleep, you might not need as much, right? How do you improve the quality of your sleep? Well, first you got to track it, get a baseline, and then see what to improve, right? So I found out through data that I sleep better in cold ass rooms. I make it cold as fuck, cold as possible. Girl out here, man, about to catch hypothermia. You know what I'm saying? She got to wear a sweater and socks and shit, you know, when you go to bed. And then underneath the bed, no, not underneath the bed, on the mattress, I have what's called a chili pad. So it's this device that hooks up to a mattress pad. It comes with it, right? This gizmo, and you fill it with water, and then it runs like cool ass water through the mattress pad. It's like sleeping on the cool side of the pillow, but it don't get hot again, and it's on your whole body. And it's not just because it feels good. I saw the data. I sleep better, right? I get better REM sleep, better deep sleep. And as a result, I got more energy to wake up and get this money. All right. So sleep, number one, right? You know what I'm saying? Number two, nutrition. All right. Like when I'm working, I treat what I eat kind of like I'm fueling. Like I feel like I'm an athlete, fueling up. And I kind of am in a certain respects because, you know, you guys all seen that study about how chess players, when they're at a tournament, they burn like thousands and thousands of calories at a chess tournament each day. Right? That's because your brain uses 20% of your body's energy at rest. When you're just chilling, doing nothing, your brain is using 20% of your body's energy, and it's only 5% of your body's mass. So when you're thinking really hard, right, and to make big money, you have to think hard, right? You have to use your brain to make money. You're going to use up so much more energy, so much more calories, and it actually burns calories. This is why those of you who had desk jobs and shit, you ain't lifting nothing, but you come home and you still tired, right? You ain't really did shit. Like you ain't been physical, but you still tired after like sitting at a desk all day. It's because your brain actually uses calories, you know? So you have to treat it as such. Now you guys know I do the ketogenic diet, but that's why I did it. Because I just noticed I had more energy, right? Because when you eat carbohydrates, it's converted to glucose or glycogen. And when your blood glucose levels go above 110, your pancreas secretes a hormone called insulin. Insulin's job is to get rid of the excess glucose in your bloodstream, but it does such a good job. It takes other things, other like nutrients and other important things out of your bloodstream. And that's how you get what my people call the itis. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You might call it food coma or something like that. Really, what a food coma is, it's not that you ate too much, is that, you know, your blood glucose levels got really high, your pancreas secreted insulin, and then that insulin secretion made you tired. That don't happen to me. You know how you motherfuckers get tired after lunch and shit? Not me. I'm still working. I'm working. I got just as much vigor as I did. Right. And I'm not saying you got to go full keto, but I highly recommend maybe intermittent fasting You know, when I first started fasting, I wouldn't eat until 3 p.m. And I just noticed I'd get so much more work done. One, you don't have to stop to eat. All right. So that gives you a little more time. But also, it's just during the fast, once I got acclimated to ketogenic diet, I just felt like I had more energy, man. You know, I just felt like I had significantly more energy. I was making shit happen a lot better. All right. But when I went keto, I felt the same way, but you know, I could still eat breakfast if I wanted to, and it lasted all day instead of just at 3 o'clock. Most of y'all not going to go keto. It's not for everybody. Not everybody's as tough as me. I get it, right? A lot of you guys, you want to have a tasty treat in your mouth all the time. I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I would recommend that you at least like just try to limit carbohydrates during your work hours. Just give it a shot. Just limit carbohydrates during your work hours. See if you don't notice a difference in performance. All right. But if anything, just see what works for you. Maybe more carbs will work. Maybe you're different, you know, and that's cool. Give that a shot. Third thing you need to do to make sure you have more energy is, man, whatever drugs are necessary, right? I would stay away from like recreational drugs, right? But if you need to take like a bunch of caffeine, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I start my day off with 300 milligrams of caffeine. Boom. And I'm well rested. So I'm well rested already. Then I add the caffeine. Boom. Turbo. I'm getting shit popping out here. You know what I'm saying? Also, I don't know if I'm in trouble for saying this, but nicotine, it has nootropic benefits, right? It's a literal nootropic, like it increases cognitive abilities. I'm not telling you to smoke cigarettes. What you could do though is what I do is when I'm working, I put the nicotine patch right here. Boom. Step one. The guy, step one, the strongest one, like you're supposed to go step one, then step two, and step three, then you're done with nicotine. Nah, man. I want the nicotine, right? Motherfuckers see me buying the shit, man. You've been on step one for a long time, man. It's not working for you. No, it is working. I'm not trying to quit. I'm trying to get the most efficient way to get this nicotine in my bloodstream, right? Hey, see if it works for you, right? Hey, if you need to take Adderall, modafinil, go for it, bro. like I'm not. They're performance enhancing drugs for a reason. We're trying to enhance performance, right? And yo, even testosterone, like get your testosterone test. If tested, if it's low, do what you can do to get it to increase it naturally. But if that's not working, then just get on TRT. That's what I did. Right. I was 38 years old. All men's testosterone, all men. I don't care what your diet is like. Some asshole's gonna type, man, you could have ate fucking cauliflower or something or whatever, and rolls my testosterone naturally. No, man. Father time is undefeated. All right. Your testosterone is going to drop as you age. It's just going to happen. I don't care how solid your diet is. I don't care how solid your nutrition is. I don't care how much sleep you got. I don't care. There's no way you're going to outrun human biology. Father time is undefeated. All right. So when I turned 38, my testosterone was getting low. I tried all the natural. I even tried going back on carbohydrates because some people were saying that maybe keto had did it. I tried that. That made me feel worse. I was just tired all the time. My testosterone was low. Got on TRT. Boom. Back at it. Back at it, man. Made significantly more money. And that was the whole reason I did it, man. Right. So whatever you got to take, if you got to take Adderall, then do that. If it helps you perform, do that. I'm not one of these guys who's going to tell you not to. Modafinil is a good choice. I take modafinil when I work. Right. I mean, don't do anything illegal, right? Hey, caveat, don't do anything illegal. Consult your physician before you do any of this shit. Right. But you need to have energy. You need to be going hard. Does it make sense? Cool. Then boom, second part of the baller equation. We started with energy. You got to have energy. You can't be tired. If you're tired, you're going to be retired. All right? You got to be going hard. Second part of the baller equation is discipline. Right? So discipline means you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you want to or not. Right? Do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you want to or not. Excuse me. However, that's kind of amateur hour, right? That's where it starts. That's what you have to do in the beginning. But there's another level. I don't know what else to call it, so we're still calling it discipline, but it's really past discipline, right? There's 2 levels past it, right? So the first level is you just do it and you don't have to think about it. When you build habits, that's number 1. Build habits. So you only need discipline to the point where it's habit, and then it's automatic. You've done this before. I swear to God. You probably didn't like brushing your teeth when you were a kid, or you probably had to use discipline to get it done. Your parents had to tell you, hey, asshole, you brush your teeth, right? And you had to go in there, oh, mom. Okay, then you brush your teeth. And it's a discipline initially. Now you do it without thinking, right? Because you built the habit. That was just one example. But you don't have to think about it no more. You only need discipline until a habit is built. Once the habit is built, then it's going to be difficult for you not to do it. Does that make sense? I hope you guys are getting that. All right, you only need discipline to the point where the habit is built. All right. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to attempt to share one of my screens again. So hold on for a minute because I'm in a flow. We kind of talked about this a little bit last week. But it's imperative that maybe we get into it a little bit more. There's one more time. Let me bring this up. Okay, cool. I'm gonna share my screen for a minute so you can see this. The first thing you need to do is you need to track it, to know how you're doing at building the habit. And how do you do that? Well, there's a lot of different ways to do that. Let me show you one of them. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay, cool. All right, Neiman, let him see that when it's ready. It's that Notion. All right, let me know when you got it when it's being shown. All right,
it's
cool.
shown. They said.
What I would do is I would build like little habit trackers for myself. I like to use Notion, but you can just do it. Before Notion existed, I did it in a spreadsheet. I would always do this for me. I would put the things that were important to me, things I wanted to track, right? Boom. I want to make sure I get enough sleep, track my macros. Don't worry about this. I'm not going to tell you what some of this stuff means, but you see a study, time with a girlfriend, then, all this stuff, work on content, right? And then I just track it every day. All right, did I do it? Did I do it not? And then what you see at the end of the month, you can see how close I am to building these habits, right? We talked about it kind of from a different perspective last week, but it's important to see this is another good reason to do it, right? After you've done this for a certain amount of time, and they say it's 21 days to build a habit. I've read other studies and data that say it may be longer, right? Honestly, I think it depends on the complexity of the task and how difficult it is for you to accomplish, like how much you don't want to do it, right? Anyway, you can kind of see that, oh yeah, man, Brandon's been building these habits, except for what? Spanish. And y'all see how that played out, right? And you could actually see it. And this was kind of also cool about this is you gamify it, right? You make it kind of a game, right? It starts to become fun. It's like, oh, I got to do this today. I got to do it. And it feels good to check these boxes off, and it feels shitty not to, right? And then you can kind of just see what's going on with yourself, right? You can see, oh man, Brandon's, what we got here? I got the percent checked on some of them, but other ones I have stuff like hours slept. Oh yeah, okay. My fault. Let me give you a different example. Like for here, time with my girlfriend. Boom. That's just average. Cool, right? And you can just see the data. What's cool about this is not only you building habit. If you pick the right things, then it's kind of these are leading indicators, right? I already know I'm gonna have a bunch of money in September if August is looking like this. I don't even have to think about it. Does that make sense? Hope you guys are getting this, man. I stopped sharing. All right. So that's the first part. building habits. But to build the habits, you have to track the habits, right? Without some sort of tracking mechanism, you're not really trying, right? You know, you want to turn these things you want to be disciplined at into habits. So it's hard not to do it. We don't want to use discipline forever. We just want to use discipline to the point where it's a habit and then we don't have to think about it. You guys getting that? That makes sense, right? We don't have to, because discipline, it kind of implies that you don't want to do the thing, right? So you got to grind through it and like, be pissed about it. You want to do that forever? Nah, build the habit. And then it's like the same when you built the habit of brushing your teeth. You didn't like doing it as a kid, but now you don't give a fuck, right? It's just something you do, right? Boom. Next part is now we have to make it so you want to do it. Like, what if we tricked your mind into wanting to actually do the thing that now you need discipline to do? All right. Sigmund Freud, he told us that every decision someone makes is they're moving towards pleasure or away from pain. It perceives pleasure or perceives pain, right? They're moving towards pleasure and away from pain. That's why anybody did anything, right? If you say, man, I can't stand why this person did that. Simple answer, they thought it would either bring them pleasure or get them away from pain. They could be wrong, right? But that's what they thought, right? All right. Remember that when Shorty cheats on you, right? She thought that she was moving away from pain, you, and towards pleasure, him. Was she right or wrong? I don't know. You will see, man. Maybe it was the right. Maybe she made the right decision, right? If you out here not accomplishing shit, maybe she made the right decision. Maybe, only time will tell. Anyway, we need to use this. It's called the pleasure principle. We need to use this fact instead of trying to fight against it. We need to use it to our advantage. See, the reason you can't do the things you're supposed to do is because right now you associate pain with doing them. And you associate pleasure with doing other shit, jacking off, video games, wasting time, Netflix, and it's cool. Hey, I play video games sometimes too. It's new. I just got to switch from light. I'm going to bust your ass in Smash Bros. Anyone. Anyway, right? But you associate only pleasure with that. And you associate pain with actually doing what you're supposed to do to accomplish your goals. So you do that and you don't accomplish your goals. What if we could flip that though? What if we can rewire your neural circuits so you actually associate pleasure with doing the things that will help you accomplish your goals? That whole list we put up, right? You have your checklist of shit you got to do every day because you're trying to build the habits. What if we associated pleasure with you actually doing those things? Wouldn't it be easier instead of having to fight through it all the time? All right, that's what we're going to do. And here's how you do it. Oh, we got a habit tracker. All right, whatever. You're showing them what I'm using. Notion. Got it. All right. Here's how we do it. We're going to make 2 lists you can put them on your phone, Apple Notes, right? If you got an Android, and I don't know what you're going to use, Nerd Notes, whatever. I don't know what it's called, right? But it's got to be on your phone. It's got to be accessible every day. It's 2 lists. If you got Apple Notes, you want to pin this to the top. It's going to be called the list of hate. Yeah, list of hate. Don't want you to make a list, man. Make it long and extensive of everybody who's ever done you wrong. Everybody who's talked shit about you. All the haters, people who cheated on you, people who said anything or did anything to cross you. You need to put them on that list. Put them on that list, right? Make that list long and extensive. And you want to look at this list every morning. This is how you're going to start your day, right? Now, we don't need you to get angry, right? It's not. Some people misconstrue this. They think you're supposed to get mad and fire up. No, that's not what you want to do. You just want to see the list, and you just want to be like, yeah, all right, all right, all right. And you know that it's your job every day to prove them wrong. Right? Because when you don't do the shit on the list that you made earlier, in your habits that you got to do every day to accomplish your goal, when you don't do those things, guess what happened? The haters win, right? They win if you don't do the shit you're supposed to do. That girl who cheated on you, she made a good decision. You full of shit. She was smart. She shouldn't have been with you in the first place if you don't do the shit you're supposed to do. Right? Because here's the thing, man. You're either proving them right or you're proving them wrong. You're either proving them wrong. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. You're either proving them wrong or you're proving them right. Right? I would hate for 5 years from now, all the people who hated on me and shitted on me to look at it and be like, man, that was a good decision on my part. No. I want them to be filled with regret. I don't think there's anybody who's hated on me or done anything to hurt me over the last 5 years who looks back at that and thinks, man, that was the best decision I could have made. There's no other decision I could have made that would have had a better outcome. I don't think they feel that way. Right? That's by design. Right? So now what's happening is I'm switching my neural circuits, right? The things that I used to associate pain with, let's use like working out or working on my business or studying or whatever it is. I used to associate pain with that. Now I associate pleasure with it because it helps me shit on the haters. That's the first list. Then you're going to have a second list. It's called the list of great. Right? Yeah. I want you to think about the goals you want to accomplish. Think about the things you want to do, be, have. Right? And what you have to do is you have to write down who you have to be. Think about there was a guy. Imagine there was a guy, a version of you who already accomplished those goals. What do his habits look like? What kind of person is he? Right? What kind of integrity does he have? Right? Does he do what he says he's supposed to do? Does he work hard? Does he go after his goals every day? Right? Does he stay up late bullshitting, going out, partying, getting high, getting drunk, wasted? Right? What does or does he behave like a G? Like, how does he behave? Write out a long, extensive list. And you want to look at that list every day too, right after the list of great, the list of hate. I mean, right after the list of hate, you want to look at the list of great lists. And what's going to happen is every time that you act in accordance to the man you're supposed to be, the man you need to be to accomplish the goals, because that's what that list is. You need to become that person to accomplish those goals. Every time you act, every time your actions are congruent with that, you're going to feel good. You're going to feel good as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to feel really good. And what's going to happen slowly, you'll also feel bad when you don't act congruent with the man with the man you described on that list. Right? Now you're switching your neural circuits. Right? Now you're using the pain pleasure principle in a way that serves you. Because before, it's been hurting you all your life. Right? You're like, oh man, I gotta work out now. I don't want to, right? Shit, man. After looking at that list of hate and the list of great, there's no way you're not gonna work out. There's no way, because you're gonna have to look at them and be like, damn, the guy I want to be, the guy I need to be to accomplish my goals, he wouldn't skip this workout. He'd go get after it. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll actually feel good about acting congruent with that. Right? This is like past discipline. You might need some discipline to stop, but this is like past discipline where you actually want to do the things that you used to need discipline to accomplish. It's another level. I'm telling you, this is what the real ballers have. You know how hard it is to get me to stop working? I had some good excuses not to do the podcast today. Nah, I know I was fumbling around, not getting it right. Right? But I was going to do the podcast today. No matter what, even if I had to fucking do this shit from the phone, right? Because that's congruent with my goals. And I can't act incongruently with my goals. All right. I just can't, right? Because I wouldn't feel as good, right? That's what you need. You flip that neural circuitry, right? And then it's like it's past discipline. I hope you guys are getting that, right? List of hate, list of great. Start your day with it. Start your day with it. And anytime you don't feel like every time you feel like, oh, man, I don't want to do this thing, or I need to do this, Just whip out that list of hate. All right. The motherfuckers haters, they would love for you to eat that cake. They would love for you not to follow your diet. There's nothing they want more than for you to skip that workout or to not work on your business. You know? Hope you guys are getting this, right? Boom. That's discipline. And then focus. Boom, focus. All right. So, this might be hard to articulate without drawing. Let's try to give it a shot. You're not going to be good at everything. Right? You're not going to be good at everything. There's no way you're going to, you know what? Instead of me going into focus, it's too much I can talk to right now. I have a video coming out about my favorite book on focus. It's we'll put the link somewhere around here. I don't even know if it's out yet, but we'll put the link somewhere around for my favorite book on focus that'll really help you make as much money as possible, right? But what the key is, when you focus, when you narrow your focus, instead of trying to focus on a bunch of stuff at once, that's what everybody's trying to do, a bunch of things at once. And that's how you get nowhere fast, right? Because you're spread out. It's too thin, right? The reason the sun, okay, like, you know, you can take a magnet, I'm sorry, you can take a magnifying glass, put it outside, and the sun, when that energy is concentrated in the one spot, you can like burn grass, burn ants, like little kids be burning bugs and shit with it. But it happens because it's so concentrated. The energy is concentrated. When it's spread out, it's diluted. It doesn't make an impact, right? Same thing with you and your actions and your behaviors and the things you do, right? You guys are so spread out trying to do so many different things. You're not focused at all. You got so much shit going on in your life. A lot of your guys' lives are chaotic, right? You dating like 5-6 girls or something, and you trying to start 3-4 businesses, and you got 18 hobbies, and that's how you ain't getting nowhere, right? Think about when you ever seen that shit where like the people would like lay on a bed of needles, right? They lay on a whole bed of needles. Well, the reason it doesn't penetrate is because they're spread out evenly, right? Had it been one fucking big ass needle, that shit would go straight through his heart and kill a motherfucker. That's what you need to do to your goals. You need to kill them motherfuckers. One big ass needle, right? So we're gonna put another video in here to show you how to get more focus somewhere around here, man. Check that out. Also, I mean, the king of this shit in the Victory Unit, I'm putting an interview with Cal Newport, who wrote Deep Work. That's a book all about focus, and that book really changed my life. I'm a different person before reading that book. So go ahead and check that out. It's like one of my top. It's definitely top 5 books I ever read. Deep Work, and I have an interview with the author. All right, cool, man. We're gonna get up out of here soon, man. But let's answer any super chats or questions that we have, anything like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna read them for you.
Cool, man.
Okay, we got Efosa Osunde, Flaming Dragon. Actually, he actually added the translation. Okay,
nice.
Will 50K a year be considered broke in 10 years?
Bro, that's broke now. I mean, it's like that shit is barely. I mean, it's above the poverty line, but it's like you still got to worry about bills. You still got to fucking clip coupons. Like, you don't have enough money to really get out of the matrix or get out of the rat race with 50K, right? Because how do you get out of the rat race, right? You make money, you spend less than you consume. I'm sorry, you spend less than you earn, and you invest the rest, right? So you can get more, so that money can go out and get you some more money, right? At 50K a year, there's not a lot left over to invest and go get more of this money. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, listen, if I was making 50K, if I had a job to make 50K a year, let's say I didn't have the skills or the insight or the desire to start another business, I would get another job for sure. Because you need more money to invest in something on the side. That's how you get rich. That's the easiest path to get rich. It's super simple. Make as much as you can. Spend less than you earn. Invest the difference. Do that over years. If you did that for 2 decades, like anybody can become a millionaire if you did that for 2 decades. But most people either don't make enough or don't cut their spending enough, or just don't invest, or a combination of the three. But if you did those 3 things for 20 years, literally anybody can get rich if they did that. I encourage you to do so.
All right, next one.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Gosal, $5. Thank you, man. I'm currently freelancing and doing copywriting, moving into broader marketing, and I'm skill stacking. Will this be profitable in the recession?
Freelancing and doing copywriting. When you say freelancing, I mean, I'm assuming these freelance copywriting, like that's a skill that's always in demand. The problem with copywriting is it's becoming commoditized. Like the chat. So here's the thing. Here's something I want you guys to know. Something I want y'all to know. The chat stuff, the chat GTP and the AI, it's not good enough yet to replace a copywriter. Not to replace him, right? And the reason I can say that is because I've written copy that's made millions, like for real. Like I've written copy that made millions. I've trained other copywriters who've made millions. And just when I see what the AIs are coming up with now, it's just not good enough. Sometimes it's a good starting point, though. I ain't gonna lie. Or it's good to it's a good starting point. But what it lacks is like that human element. It lacks some of the soul. I'm sure it'll get better with time for sure. But right now, it's not good enough to replace it, but it's coming. I feel like that day may come at some point. If you really want to have a skill that's going to be difficult to replace, is learn sales. Like you're good at sales. If you know how to sell, you'll never go broke. If you know how to sell, you'll never go broke. It's always in demand. It's always been in demand. It will always be in demand. You will always need good salespeople. We will always need salespeople. And let's say even if the robots and the chats, AIs, and the get better than salespeople, we're still a long ways away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like we're a long way away from that. Yeah.
All right, next one. Energia. Are you an influencer, online trainer, and teacher out of passion, or do you need doing it for good income? Passive income for your investments might be enough.
I'm not sure. I know there's a lot of questions in there. He's asking me, am I doing this because it's my passion, or am I doing it for income?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, listen, I got in the money. I don't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely passionate about this shit, man. Like, when I see like how much money my students are making, or how much people are helping, it's definitely cool. And it's fun, man. I just, you know what, man? I just love the game. I just love business. I love sales. I love marketing. I just love the game, man. I feel like, a basketball player, man, like most people hate Mondays. Monday's my favorite day of the week because I feel like, oh shit, I get to put my jersey on now. Let's go. And you rested on Sunday, cool, did some shit, family shit or whatever, the weekend kicked it. But Monday, man, I get to put my jersey on, get into it. So I just love what I do, man. I hope you guys can all find that way, man. I love this shit. And I set my business up really real strategically. Like a lot of people set up business they want to sell, or they say, man, I want to get out of my business and work on my business, not in my business. I'm like, no, man, I love my business. Like I set it up with the intention of like, what if I had to do this indefinitely? What it would look like? And that's what I did. And I think, when you do that, man, you live a real happy life, man. I hope you all get that one day.
All right, next one.
Mm-hmm.
Mav says it's the 2-part super chat. So what would you do if you were 21 to become big Brandon Carter?
Yeah.
My plan is to focus on finishing college while working full-time and building social skills. Work 60 hours per week for 3 years and save.
I mean, listen, it depends on what kind of job you can get, how much money you can make. You know, you're nice and young, right? That's the beauty of it. You know, if I was some things I would have did differently, I would started investing when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? I would have started investing when I was younger. Like, let me show you something, bro. Hold on, Neiman. Let me just put it. I know we run out of time. Are there a whole lot of super chats left to read, or
we got like 3?
Okay, all right, cool. Give me a second. I want to pull something up for you. All right, cool. I'm gonna share my screen. Oh, cool. Hey, that's cool. All right. All right, you see the screen, Nima? See a calculator? Yeah. All right, maybe. All right, cool. So let's say, I don't know, you just started with $1,000, right? Boom, right? And let's say you put in $1,000 a month, right? You're just a kid, right? So you put in $1,000 a month, $12,000, right? Which ain't a lot of money, right? Boom. You did that shit for 20 years, right? And let's say your interest rates, you say you can get say you can get a 10% return. Boom. All right, 20 years, you know, that wasn't so great. That wasn't as good as I thought it'd be. If 20 years, you got like, you know, close to $1 million. You know, let's say you were a baller though. Let's say you worked really hard. Boom, and you doubled that. Right? Put in $2K a month. All right. Hey, now we talking, man. 20 years, you got $1 million. Right? That's like the simplest thing. Like, anybody can be millionaires 2 decades if they wanted to. Right? 2K is not fucking crazy. You know, anybody can get another job to make 2K. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop sharing. I don't know how to stop sharing. Can you stop sharing for me, Nima? Let me know if we did it. Oh, I see. I can do it. Bet. I figured it out. All right, cool. So, I mean, but I wouldn't say I wouldn't still trying to get rich sooner. Right? But I would have done that as well. Right? Instead, what I did is I just like, yo, I need to try to get rich. And I was just trying to go hard. But you like that steady shit. You know what I'm saying? That steady shit works really well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would do that and try other things to like really get my income up. But I would definitely be doing that. I wish I had invested sooner is what I'm trying to say. What else we got?
All right, we got just folks showing love. Dorks love your show from Fresh and Fit Paul.
All right, yo, shout out to you, bro. Thank you.
And then we got Purple Peatbot. If you ever in Dallas, come to my podcast, man. You're a huge inspiration. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I try not to stay. I'm not trying to go to Texas too much, man. Cause I don't know how to ride a horse. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been in a wagon. I don't know if it's gonna be weird. No, I'm just messing with you, man. No, shout out to you, bro. Thank you.
Okay, Rage Rabic says, what's your thoughts on dopamine detox?
Yo, man, like this weird dork shit, man. Like, it's just dork shit. You ain't got to do all that. All you got to do is build the habits, right? You don't have to get rid of nothing. You don't have to stop doing nothing. You just got to build the habits that you want to do. Like, I never feel like I need to stop doing stuff, right? What I do is it's a crowd out, right? Like I'm doing so much of the shit that I'm supposed to do that there's no room for nothing else, right? That whole dopamine detox shit, it's just dorky shit. Like motherfuckers be out here making shit more complicated than it needs to be. One, because they got to make YouTube videos, so they got to figure something out. You know, I'm not just trying to shit on nobody. Maybe like, and maybe it is helpful. Maybe I'm tripping, right? But yo, man, you ain't got to do no dork shit. Just fucking make a list of shit you got to do every day and do it. Right? Like I explained it in this video. You ain't got to do no crazy shit. Dopamine, this time. Nah. Don't worry about it. Just go after your goals, man. Straight up.
Nav asks, how do you get emotional control?
You know, it's practice. You know, you got to be serious about it. You know, so like one thing I do the thing that helps me the most is meditation. You know, meditate twice a day. I mean, I'm not perfect. You know, there was twice I saw myself losing my cool a little bit today. I mean, I didn't flip out or nothing, but I saw myself losing my cool. One was this morning. It was all technology shit based around being gone and like trying to do this shit from a different location. I saw myself I was training my students today, and I was trying to get on, and I was just having technology issues, and I felt myself losing my cool. And like, you know, maybe like the first 30 minutes of this podcast, I was losing my cool for the same reason. You know what I'm saying? And before the podcast started, like everything was just going wrong. So I was starting to lose my cool a little bit. But you know, you get back to it. Like I'm definitely not perfect. And I'm trying not to be too hard on myself when it happens. But you know, meditation is the one thing that will help with that. Because when things happen, things don't go your way, you want to respond but not react. You don't want to be reactive. You want to do whatever you do and however you behave in that situation. You want it to be the behavior that's going to improve the situation, right? Or be advantageous. But if you're just reacting, you're more likely to do something that's going to make the shit worse, something you're going to have to apologize for, or just something you would be embarrassed about. Like every time I'm seeing a man lose his cool, like really lose his cool, like start flipping out, I'm like, oh, this motherfucker, he lost it, man. It's like fucking childish, like a child. Like I look at him like, this motherfucker's a child. Like that's what my son does. My son's 5, right? Like, yeah, you got to be stoic as a man, right? Like nobody's gonna follow you as a leader if you flipping out. You got no control of your emotions. You spazzing out over anything. Nobody's gonna follow you if you like that. You gotta be as stoic as possible. You know, just remember that. Like nobody's gonna follow you. All right, what else we got?
All right, extra guac. I got my Oura ring. Yeah.
All right.
I got my Oura ring because of you and MLD. Do you have any more tips? Do you have any more tips on improving REM sleep? Have you tried a weighted blanket? Thanks.
I've had a weighted blanket at one point. I don't remember if it was helpful or not. All right. So Alex Hermosi, the first night he slept on a weighted blanket, he sent me a text and said, "Bro, get a weighted blanket." So he's a big fan. Yeah, the chili pad is probably the biggest thing for me. Honestly, chili pad. I'll take drugs too, though, like Unisom. Not like drugs. I don't take it in the hard, but I'll take Unisom. Right, Unisom it's like Tylenol PM without the Tylenol. Like it's just the PM. I'll take that, no problem, no question. You know, I don't like taking melatonin. I feel like sometimes it makes my sleep worse. Like I fall asleep fast, but then I wake up at night. I don't know. I'm not a fan of melatonin, but I'm not against it for you if you find it helpful. All right.
We got Rage Robert asking 3 reasons why you don't drive a car. 3
reasons why I don't drive a car. 1, I don't want to have to think about a car. I just get an Uber everywhere. Anytime I want to go somewhere, I just press a few buttons. Immigrant comes pick me up, take me wherever I want. Right? I don't have to fucking worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to think about a car. I don't think about gas. I don't think about maintenance. I don't have to think about nobody stealing it. I don't think about nobody fucking it up. It just keeps my mental RAM low. Right? You know, it's just less shit to worry about. 2, I can write off 100% of Ubers almost. I'd be able to write off less of a car. All right. 3, anytime you've seen a black man get killed by the police, they were almost always in a car. All right. And this really hit home because there was a place when I lived in Queens. There was what's this dude's name? Man, I forget it. Shit. Man, this dude, he got killed. He got shot 50 times by the cops, walking distance from where I lived. And he was on his way to his car, right? And I was like, shit. Shit. You know what? I just take the train. And that's back when I was broke. And then I got rid of it. And then I lived in New York, so I didn't really need a car. And I was like, man, fuck this shit. And then, it's cool. And then when Uber came out, I was like, I kind of like this Uber thing. I just push the button, someone comes pick me up, take me wherever I want. I feel like a king. And I can work in the Uber. I can get shit done in the Uber. I done take meetings. I done close deals in Ubers. Real shit. I've worked on things in Ubers. It's so much more convenient for me. I like it a lot. It's more expensive. It's way more expensive. But I enjoy it.
All right. There's one more. Do you want to get into that?
What is it?
Super low hero. How do I get into short-term investing?
Yo, man. Yo, listen, I'm glad you asked. Get into the Victory Unit Discord. All right. We talk about it. That's what we talk about. That's short-term investing is trading. Right. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We show you how to get that money. Hit that button, man. It's free. Log in. All right, guys. Listen, man.
Yeah,
I told you I'm going to do the podcast every Tuesday. I did not say it's going to be good. All right. I didn't make that promise. I said I was going to do it. All right. But, I think we worked some of the kinks out of our mobile system. And, there's going to be a situation where I have to do it again. It'll be better than this one. I know that. Anyway, man, like the video. Show love. I love y'all. Peace.